tracks for the Personal and Ethical Foundations competency area. I am actually showcasing my entrepreneurial venture that I started, which looks like it has nothing to do with higher education, but it is actually a dual service, at the moment, sole proprietorship. And I will explain that in a second. But, so basically what I do, I will fix this. This is the prototype. But I'm a higher education consultant helping from admissions to graduation, whatever your student or office or department needs, especially starting off with students. I have helped a few that are current and a few that are prospective already get started on that process. I am also a violinist. I perform for various events, and this is the best way that I've figured out how to do the marketing for my ventures. And also hablo español. I speak Spanish. If anybody, I'm actually a published translator. If anybody else needs those services, but I just wanted to make everyone aware that when they receive one of my business cards, they are actually able to reach out to somebody who can speak two languages. And phone number, email, I am open to travel, and I am mainly using Instagram and TikTok, especially Instagram, to showcase what I can do both higher education wise on YouTube and my violin playing videos on Instagram and TikTok. So, as the founder of Karaoke Violinist LLC, I wanted to create a higher education consulting firm with a specialization in student well-being and institutional efficiency. So we primarily provide personal dynamic performance coaching for higher education, integrating applied AI and strategic communication to ensure every prospective or current student, office, and university has the tools and the ability to achieve their goals. One of my case studies was named Jay, and she was having trouble over at PSC. We sat down, we made a plan for how she was going to catch up on her classes, put her in touch with someone I know on the faculty and staff there, and we got her set up and ready to go find low-income housing, and such, so that she was able to successfully finish without having to worry about her having her basic needs met as a student. And our secondary service is providing violin performances for an event. So this, what I think is a unique approach to marketing, invites community engagement, support for performing arts, and tends to spark enjoyment for all involved stakeholders. Another marketing strategy I use sometimes is friendship bracelets that a lot of people really tend to enjoy at events like festivals and such. But overhead costs are minimal. So the higher education consultations, there's no office costs. I don't have to pay for rent. This means that I either do remote virtual meetings or on-site meetings in public cafes or libraries. So I don't have any overhead for that. I do have previous experience in the graduate school, academic advocacy and graduation success, and graduate admissions at UWF. I've worked at Harvard as a resident dean for the secondary school program. I've also worked at UVA as a resident manager for the International Center, aside from being a student, like a basic student worker at their catering and mailroom services. And the leftover fees for my business are to finish paying what I owe for my master's, and as well as investing in future training in the EDD program in curriculum instruction for administration and leadership studies. This will also include the certifications I plan to receive in the future in executive communication and AI in the workplace. Violin performances, I also do not need any overhead costs for that either. I'm an experienced player of 22 years. I own several violins. I don't need to pay for sheet music because I play by ear, mostly. And there's no studio recording costs because most instrumental tracks are available to stream, I guess, Spotify. But I have also had an investor for a microphone and portable speakers that I did fundraise, that I did crowdfund, and was able to pay him back for that. So future costs, aside from the educational endeavors, sole proprietorship, you need to be able to pay a certain amount of fees to officially make it a limited liability company. I have that from the Florida website to do that, and I also would like to be a part of the College of Business has a small business development company small business development center that there is a one-time $50 fee for their main seminar starting a business, and with that fee comes comprehensive future business consultations. So I would like their help once I can raise the funds to help grow my business. So the violin performance, this is for Client W. This is my first contract playing for a wedding ceremony on April 4th of this year. So I have a $40 flat rate for violin and higher education consulting services. For both services, it's just straight up $40 an hour. And that includes only partial amounts of that time. So if you only need someone's consultation or performance for like 15 minutes, then that's $10. So you're paying for what you use when it comes to my service. So I played for the ceremony and the cocktail hour a little bit, and this is my selfie with them. They really enjoyed it, and now I have happily married clients and a memorable experience for everybody. And this is Client X. This is the other side of it, the higher education consulting. So this is the situation. Client X wants admission into the University of West Florida Global Hospitality and Tourism Bachelor's of Science. So the client is mainly concerned about costs and resident options. The client has military familiarity because his father was in the Navy, I believe. So what I did, I consulted the UWF website for admissions requirements for this particular program, and I took his currently existing cover letter and resume. I edited the materials to reflect academically rigorous language. I referred him to the Military Veterans and Resource Centers to see his eligibility for an application fee waiver because he was concerned about that cost. But working in graduate admissions, I know that the Military and Veterans Services Center, if you are eligible for benefits, they will provide undergraduate prospective students an application fee waiver. And to go over housing and tuition benefits after completing the FAFSA, which he did right next to me while I was editing his application materials. And this actually turned out to be an equitable exchange of services. So I traded my consultation for a meeting with his marketing firm. So the client satisfied, currently anticipating admission. And my organizational chart, so I'm the president, and my dad is actually chief musical advisor, so I'm hoping that this will grow. The ones in parentheses are, hopefuls, but I do already have a few people signed up. Junior musical consultant, Kevin, my classmate Kevin, lead research associate. I have an external partner for chief event coordinating and chief marketing consultant, and I do have an MBA student waiting for me to develop more of this so I can run it by him and we can share ideas. And